We at FringeFocusTV have acquired some amazing footage. Before we take a look at it, let's review the concept of hyperdimensionality first. In the seminal book entitled Flatland, A Romance of Many Dimensions, Edwin Abbott introduced the intellectual elite of 1884 to the idea of beings who maintain an existence in dimensions other than our consensual three-dimensional existence. Abbott particularly concerned himself with two-dimensional beings. It's impossible for us 3Ders to really put ourselves in the position of a two-dimensional creature, and impossible for us to imagine what it would be like to be a 4D beast. However, we've had help from folks like Edwin Abbott, Carl Sagan, Michio Kaku, and many others conceptualizing these ideas. Before we see the video proof of a fourth-dimensional alien, we need to be primed to understand what it is we are even looking at. Grappling with the fourth dimension is easier if we consider the second dimension first, and this is where Flatland comes in. Without delving into too much, the ultimate point is that a 3D sphere plucks a 2D circle out of his paper-thin plane of existence, but our 2D friend's first encounter with the sphere is what's relevant here. The 2D circle knew he had encountered a literal alien when he witnessed what amounted to a single dot growing into a larger and larger circle and then shrinking back to a single point and disappearing. Carl Sagan explained this concept on his hit TV show Cosmos, using an apple and a piece of paper. As the apple passed halfway through the two-dimensional plane of reality, the 2D people would witness a cross-section of an apple, as we would see if we chopped it right in half. Another way to think about this that makes it a little more clear is that of a pyramid passing through a 2D plane. As the tip would come through, it would be a literal point. Then it would grow into a larger and larger square until it finally popped all the way through and disappeared in the blink of a 2D eye. Okay, so think about this. Aliens aren't going to be all platonic, perfectly geometrical shapes like spheres and pyramids and squares. They're going to have appendages and torsos and heads and other things we can't even imagine. But as those things pass through a 2D plane, they'd end up looking like all kinds of crazy rounded shapes growing and shrinking. It might even look like there were several separate entities growing into one and then separating again. If that's hard to conceptualize, it gets worse. Take the entire ordeal and try to imagine it in 3 dimensions. What we'd witness is an insane mass of just garbled stuff. It'd be the insides, literally, the guts of a 4-dimensional alien. I know it's hard to imagine, but believe it or not, we have video proof. So without further ado, let's check out the original footage as it was filmed in a non-stable handheld fashion. It'll be hard to follow, but try your best. And now that you've had a chance to wrap your brain around what we're talking about, let's play a stabilized version of this video so you can see this 4th-dimensional alien creature passing through our 3-dimensional reality as clearly as we can offer.